What's up, guys? Welcome back to VenGoose Gaming. I'm TFGoose here with Vendetta, and it's more Arena Commander today.
That's right. More Star Citizen.
Star Citizens, or Citizenry.
All the citizens.
I mean, and honestly, yeah, I'm just going to say even right at the beginning of the video here, this is part of the thing that I think is going to make this game awesome, is this kind of attention to detail. Like, you have to climb up and get in the ship, spin the thing, it's like every little bit of this is lovingly crafted,
Yeah,
which is really, really cool. So, I mean, I dig that, and they're realizing that it's the little things that matter, you know.
absolutely.
So I really, really enjoy that. So, but yeah, today we're flying around in a new ship, though, right? You've been going a little like investigatory on ships, trying to find some good ones.
Yeah, we're starting out here with the typical free flight. This is just to kind of give you an overall idea how the ship feels, how it handles compared to the Hornet. You know, as you can already tell, the cockpit on this guy is much different. It's got a nice open feel.
Yeah, I like this one much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, but then again, I'm sort of a less is more sort of guy.
Yeah.
When it comes to interface and everything. So, I think that this is nicer. And plus, I mean, even if you're just trying to put yourself in the role, if you're actually trying to think about, oh, what would it be like to roll with this thing and fly around, I would want as little, actual physical clutter in my field of view as possible.
Yeah.
So having this nice big wide windshield with this, the awesome, HUD and everything that they've put together here, this is the kind of thing that I want. I mean, you're getting the same amount of info, but you're just, it looks cleaner to me. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different ship manufacturer. The HUDs are not final, guys. They're still working on them, and they really want each manufacturer to be different. The Hornet was made by Anvil. This is Origin, JumpWorks for the 300i. It looks quite different. You only have 2 shields as compared to 4. It's got some laser cannons here, which are insanely powerful. I think I think that's due to the patch.
Which we'll see here in shortly when you get into the actual the swarm area here when we can actually fight some stuff, right?
Yeah, and they did some balancing on the latest patch, and I think they might have over-tweaked it just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. That's all right. Well, that's okay. That's what pre-alpha and alpha and eventually even beta type stuff really is for. So, to find this stuff, it's fine to get some OP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To feel strong. So here we go. We're gonna get into some combat stuff now. And what kind of like so the weapon loadouts here? Is it just the laser cannons or?
There are, okay, so for loadout we have the 2 laser cannons, which is your left click. You have a right click, which is a nose cannon. That thing's like a water pistol, honestly. It's freaking useless.
So maybe they need to tweak that one up a little bit instead of just over tweaking the lasers, but we'll see.
Yeah, this guy also has a missile rack, one on each side of the wings, but this one only carries 4 missiles total as compared with the Hornet's 8. So not quite as powerful, but hey, look at that, bam, first kill, and those laser cannons aren't playing.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, I'm noticing it's like, yeah, that's ridiculous. So it's not nearly as strong, or as I guess I should say rapid fire, as you were dealing with the Hornet, but it's not like you need to put a lot of shots on target with this thing. It seems like if you plant one on its nose, it's about solved, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, look at that. Nice missile camera. I didn't know it could do this.
That's pretty sweet. Okay. Oh, but see, I would want it to stay like locked onto it right for the explosion, for the boom. Give me some boom.
I agree. I want to see things explode.
Right. Just horridness. I mean, that part of the cool part of this game is the physics and stuff with the different pieces of the ship flying off and everything when you get hit, but I want to, see it.
So since the patch as well, since the first video we shot with the Hornet, they've also tweaked some of the animation. You can see there the lock-on animation. I think it takes the same amount of time. It might be slightly quicker, but they definitely sped up the animation quite a bit, which is nice. It feels a lot better now. That being said, too, the 300i is definitely faster than the Hornet. It only goes about 20 meters per second faster. The handling is... how would I describe it? It definitely feels a little more agile than say the Hornet, but
turn on a dime like a little easier. Is that the deal, or?
Yeah, it does turns faster, but the thing is, this ship, for whatever reason, I don't know if this is design or not, it carries the momentum. And I didn't feel that in the Hornet. Now, I know you can go decouple mode and turn that off, and
Gotcha.
it'll obviously, kind of kill your thrusters, but this one, you have to watch it because I've actually, I've tried to make a sharp turn and hit an asteroid because I was, continuing to go the direction.
You had too much inertia going in the initial direction, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's...
Which is cool because, I mean, that's something that, is important, I think, in a space sim, is to try to recognize that physics are different. I mean, we were saying this last time, too. It's like, when if you're banking in, like, an F-15, in normal atmosphere, like in the sky, down here, there's a lot different physics that's going involved there because you've got air resistance, helping you make the turn or hindering you.
You got drag.
Yeah, there's drag, exactly. But if you're doing this stuff up here, I mean, there's nothing in space. So the fact that they're trying to incorporate some, dare I say it, some realism, into the mix is pretty cool. There's only so much you're going to be able to do, and that's okay, because I'm one of those proponents that says realism's great, but not at the expense of gameplay, in my opinion. The game's got to be fun. It's got to be a blast to play. And if you make it too ridiculously real, then that ceases to be fun. Because, let's face it, we all have real lives anyway. And, if they were as fun as games, then we probably wouldn't play as many games.
That's true.
Just my thoughts. But now I am noticing, too, a little bit, like when you're grabbing the flight stick and stuff at the bottom of the screen there. That was one thing I noticed on the Hornet video when we were looking at that footage, was that it seemed kind of choppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this one does too.
And I'm noticing that with the wheel and the stick and stuff, is it does seem like it's still got a little bit of chop, but I mean, that's something they're going to clean up, I imagine. That's just not nearly as important as keeping the animation clean, on your display screen. In my opinion anyway. I'm sure they'll probably get back to that at some point, but...
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, this is just pre-alpha. This is supposed to be a taste.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you ended up, this is actually, I recall, I think you told me about this run. This is a pretty sick run that you end up going through here as far as number of waves you get through.
Yeah, honestly, I had to turn it off. Like,
That's like your old Risk of Rain run, remember that?
Yeah.
We were just like, all right, this is cool, but I gotta go. Like, I'm meeting some friends, and,
Exactly. I mean, this, I don't know if the cannons are going to stay quite this powerful, but, man, they just wreck things.
Yeah, and that's what you attribute it to, is that these lasers are just ridiculous, right?
Yeah, exactly. Pre-patch, they were not nearly this strong. They were strong, but you weren't two-shot and stuff.
Right. I mean, this seems more, to go back to our favorite, Star Trek references, these are more like photon torpedoes you're firing here rather than just phaser bursts at this point. It's like if you land these things, it hurts.
Yeah, you're taking down a shield and you're going to do some damage. But that little water pistol you have on your nose, it just doesn't help. I mean, it can do some damage, but look, I did 500 damage with one hit.
Yeah.
And you can see in the top right there, I've blown off his wing. He has damage on, his kind of fin area, and he's flying around trying to escape.
Yeah. That's just, and I noticed, the pistol there. I mean, you can finish something with it, but you're not really counting on that for very much. Now, is this something like, eventually, correct me if I'm wrong on this too, because I know you are infinitely more knowledgeable about this game than I am. I'm just kind of giddy excited about it from possibility standpoint. But the weapons and stuff that you have on each ship, I mean, you have some customization that's possible here, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe on the next, full patch, not bug fixes and whatnot, version 09, they're going to actually make it to where you can swap out your weapons in and out. I think you can to some degree now, but I'm not too sure on that.
Gotcha. Because, I mean, before, I know the initial patch, you were kind of locked into your weapon set, and that's it. But, I mean, I'm assuming that there's going to be certain weapons that you just can't put on any and every ship.
Right. Yeah, there are classes of weapons in the game. And so, I could potentially put maybe some of those turrets that you have, or not turret, but the chain guns on instead of these honking lasers. I don't know why you would do that because these lasers are awesome.
If you just like chain guns, it's cool. They just want to see the bullets fly around. That's fine. But yeah, if you just want to decimate things, you should probably use the most powerful weapons. So.
Yeah. So I would love these cannons on Hornet.
Oh, well, yeah, it seems like having these cannons on basically anything would be pretty sweet, or having them fire faster. Like, I imagine maybe on some of the higher class ships, you get lasers that are this strong, but they just fire even faster, which would just basically mean just death to anything that's coming your way. You just murder it instantly.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, because, you're going to have multi-crew ships, and we have a couple of those to show you guys when they finally put them in the game. I have the Freelancer, which is a 2-seater. I got the missile boat variant. And the Constellation, which has actually 2 man turrets. So I can't wait to get that guy.
Is that the 4-seater?
Yeah, that's the 4-seater, and it has the little snub fighter.
Okay, so yeah, so you have a pilot, and then you got 2 guys rocking the guns.
Yep.
And then you got another dude just running around in a little stunt fighter as an escort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or scout.
Or scout, right. Yeah. See, so that's the kind of thing that's interesting with this game, is if you can get a crew together of your friends and go out and man a multi-function, multi-seat ship.
Yeah, I cannot wait for that. That's one of the most exciting features.
Yeah, when that comes live, when that pops in, that's when you will see me on here and probably rocking one of the gunner chairs, because I suck as a pilot.
Well, I couldn't imagine trying to fly a multi-crew ship through this asteroid field. I hit it in these tiny ships. I mean, if we look at it in the hangar and you compare like the size of these ships, I mean, these things are like 30 meters longer. 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're huge compared to these ships, so trying to navigate a constellation around this asteroid field would be hilarious.
Yeah, it's like trying to steer a yacht in like a Denny's parking lot or something.
Exactly.
This broadcast brought to you by our friends at home of the Slams, right? It's the Slams at Denny.
I don't eat Denny's.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
No offense, Denny's.
Not that you aren't delicious, but I enjoy having my heart continue to beat. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for a good colon cleansing. I'll go to Denny's.
Not the fruit flush variety, though, right? You
No.
probably aren't going to find fruit there. That's my guess. It's all right. Anyway, so yeah, dude, you are cleansing this this mode. I mean, this swarm mode is ridiculous. You only got up to like the 3rd level, I guess, on the previous one on the Hornet. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, and it wasn't that you were an inconsiderable, pilot at that point, or that your weapons were horrible. I mean, you were fine with that, but it's just, this is just so overpowered.
Yeah, I actually have done way better in the 300i than the Hornet, which I think there's something wrong with that, because the Hornet is supposed to be the fighter.
Really? Like, what's this class? Is this more of a scout, or what is this?
I think so. This is more of a scout type ship.
Gotcha.
It can be outfitted. There's different ones, but excuse me, this is not the fighter variation. They actually haven't even put in the variations, of the store.
Okay. Well, again, there's plenty of time to tweak. I mean, this game's going to be in development for, the better part of the century, I think.
Yeah.
So, well, hopefully not that long, but, they've got a long time to get this. I mean, and there's like I said, there's a new patch. There's some good patch notes up. We'll see if we'll link those into the comments area or in the description area down at the bottom here.
Yeah, they've released 3 patches total. So I know people are, hungry for more content, but they are working on bug fixes. They're also implementing multiplayer functionality slowly but surely.
Very key. I think that's when the game's gonna blow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and not in a good way. Like, not just decimate. Not like, Microsoft showing off Windows for the first time.
Or Windows 8.
Or that abomination. Oh, God. Yeah. Anyway, no, I think that's when we're gonna start seeing, even more, mainstream media coverage on this, and when it's gonna start jumping up on people's radar because, as we said previously, we're combat oriented in this society, and the current gamer market is very, very combat and competition oriented. So when we can get that stage in here, I think it's going to be a good thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to play this against other people because you have different setups. You know, I'm using mouse and keyboard right now. I have a friend that has a flight stick setup. I'm waiting because I've heard there's some issues. But again, guys, pre-alpha, you're gonna have to work out the controls.
Yep, it's just the way it is. So. But still, lots more to come on this, guys. We'll obviously we'll keep up to date on this, show you more ships if we can, and we'll give you any news that comes our way on it. So stay tuned. We got lots more Star Citizen coming for you. Take care.